Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? It's Charles. Oh my God, tonight, I apologize first of all for what I'm wearing. I look like absolute hell. But you know what? It's my freaking place and I'll wear whatever the hell I want. It's late at night, it's midnight, and the much anticipated Albania versus Serbia football match is over. And over almost before it started. Figured something bad was going to happen. They had thousands of police officers there. There was a whole stink about originally the Albanian fans were going to come and they were approved, and then they tried to cancel the Albanian fans coming into Serbia, and then the Serbian Football Association set up the Albanians to stay at, which hotel is that? Crown Plaza or whatever it is. And then the Albanians didn't go there, they went somewhere else, so everything's been a nightmare. The game started, and supposedly the Albanian Prime Minister's brother was in charge of somebody with one of those little drones that had this big propaganda poster of Greater Albania. And for those of you who don't know much about this part of the world, Albania and Serbia have had very, very there's no way to even put it, horrid relations the last few years. Albania is Kosovo, the southern region of Serbia, is mainly populated by Albanians who came in to settle there during Tito's time, and Tito made it an autonomous region. And to make a long story short, the United States came here in 1999 and tried to help them. Then Kosovo declared its independence and all that jazz, and it's still up in the air. But anyway, we figured something bad would happen, but Albania came here. They flew this thing, this little drone. One of the Serbian players, it came low and he grabbed it, ripped that propaganda poster. One of the Albanians ran over players and tried to grab him and created a little bit of a heartache, or a headache, and they shut down play for a bit. And then they started up again, and the Serbian fans, it was very loud. They started chanting, "Kill Albanians, your land doesn't exist," and this, and so they terminated play again. And for about 25 minutes, they sat there and hemmed and hawed, and then they just called the game off. But they said the Prime Minister of Albania's brother was arrested for inciting hate. So absolute nightmare, and it's really, really sad that this stuff has to happen. So provocation on both sides, but that would have taken some balls to do on the Albanian side to do something like that in Serbia. They're in the heart of Belgrade with, I don't know, just soccer fights and stuff just really kind of make me laugh. But, and one guy, and I'm very, very happy. I don't hate anybody, I'm here, I support Serbia. I was cheering for Serbia. Serbians are my brothers. But, I've got an Albanian guy. Out of all these years, making about 380 videos, almost every message I've ever gotten from an Albanian is absolute hate. And, a couple of them wrote me something nice, but just short, and they don't talk to me anymore. But there's one gentleman, and his name is Hoxha. He's an Albanian from Tirana, or northern Albania, actually. He wrote to me, and we've been conversing. Very nice guy. He's from northern Albania, moved to Tirana, and he watched my video that I made about wearing a Serbian shirt in an Albanian cafe in Bujanovac, which is Serbia, but it's dominated by Albanians. So he respected that, and he wrote to me, he said, "Hey, I'm happy to find a Serb that doesn't hate Albanians. I'd like to talk to you." But I told him, I said, "I'm an American, I have no Serbian blood." But he moved to Canada, and we're speaking, and I don't know. So I've got one Albanian friend. So brother, if you're watching, nice to meet you. And thanks for having a decent head. Me and him discussed some of the issues. I told him, my opinions of Kosovo, how I don't recognize it. Not that anybody cares, but, I think it's silly that my country came over and claims we got to recognize it when we don't recognize Palestine and all these other places. So, he's an open-minded man. So I'm happy I met you, because I like to meet other people and listen to other viewpoints. And with me, I think one of my biggest strengths is being able to sit and listen to somebody that I do not agree with, and listen to them and smile and, that's what everybody should do, You've got to sit and give somebody time to talk, A lot of people confront me with extreme anger over American aggression. And I'll just sit down with him and drink a beer with him, and I just listen to him. And that's what people want to hear. And some of my really good friends now started out that way, as a very, a really rough situation. You know, and now we're friends. So you just gotta listen to people, man. Life's simple. Anyway, that's it. Posted some things. The other funny thing in that, the thing I remember the most about the match, I listened to it. I understand a little bit of Serbian, but there's one part that was one of the announcers. He was sitting there during the suspension. He was sitting there talking to these two guys, and then this bald guy comes out and he says, Vučiću pederu, which means Vučić is a fag. Vučić is Prime Minister of Serbia. And the announcer's face, he was looking at these guys. This guy jumps in, he goes, I mean, it was funny. There's some funny pictures already going around on Facebook. And I posted some pictures, and there's some really hateful comments on there, which is kind of sad, but that's the way it is. I'm not going to monitor anything anymore. You all know where I stand. That's it, my friends. Do viđenja. Better luck next time. Hopefully we won't play Albania again. Do viđenja.